welcome. I see so many fabulous people. Hi, Bandicoot and Phantom, Cafe, and hi, Ertanasi. Hey, Sam.
Hey.
See all of the fabulous humans. Welcome over to Playnerd Allies. We are here with our Delver's Dreamcast today on a fabulous Wednesday. And we are going to be learning just how the new world works. If you didn't know, over about 3 weeks ago, we had our season finale from season 2. And in that finale, the God of Wisdom said no more magic. And all the magic on the planet got suppressed so that only those that have a planar touchstone actually control it. Now everyone's going to have to figure out what that means in the New World Order as we attempt to see exactly what the multiverse will look like. For the 42 people that have touchstones now, every action they take over the course of the next year will determine the future of the multiverse itself. Let's see what they will do. But first, let us say hello to our fabulous sponsors. Yay!
Woo!
Hero Forge is amazing. They are sponsoring us. We love them. If you look behind our characters, you can see fabulous Hero Forge creations. Hero Forge allows you to level up your character art game. If you, like me, have no capacity with visual arts, it allows you to take something that's in here and put it out here and make it real for everyone around you. It is absolutely glorious. Thank you so much, Bramblebush, for the fabulous bits. Looks like we are starting up. We're trying to get some pluses here. Get some pluses. Just so everybody knows, anything that helps the channel also helps our fabulous players. So if you look in the About section, you will see how contributing bits, subs, getting a hype train, or donating anything will in fact help the players in all kinds of fun ways. My personal favorite is the Wheel of Chaos, where you don't know just what's going to happen. But if we do one, every single character gets to roll on that Wheel of Chaos, and we just never know exactly what's gonna happen. But it's always delightful. So thank you for those bits, and let us hear what happened last time. Hey, Crow, why don't you tell me a little about what happened to you last time?
Well, so I was helping out the Dreamers, actually. We were foraging, getting supplies and the like for the healers at Delver, since it's kind of become a haven for healing throughout the world, with, magic turning off and everything.
Oh, yes?
Ooh, yeah. Not the greatest, but yeah, I was helping them out, getting some ingredients. Turned out we had a massive influx of people suffering from Grimrot, and so we sent out hunters to go and get some supplies, and they never came back, and so I had to go look for them.
Oh
and
my
I got
God.
poisoned.
And it's crazy, we just started a hype train. Oh my God.
Woo!
Woo! Thank you for that. Hey, Lando, what happens when we get a hype train?
Well, we have rewards for every level, but the first level is everyone gets inspiration.
So everybody, hey, write down some inspiration on your character sheet. And what happens if we get to level 2?
Level 2 is everyone gets a short rest. I was looking at some
fabulous.
rewards.
And what about level 3?
Level 3 is Wheel of Chaos.
Wheel of Chaos, yay! Level 4?
Environmental Effect.
Ooh, I love those. You get to pick from one of 3 situations and it will alter the entire session. Love that. And level 5?
Level 5 is an instant dice giveaway.
Oh, that's right. Yes, and everyone, hit !raffle if you want to enter the fabulous dice giveaway from Phoenix Dice. Their dice are absolutely fabulous, and if you win, you get to pick any dice from their entire website. So, thank you for hitting us, for starting off that hype train. That is absolutely amazing. And why don't we hear from Reginald? What happened to you last week? Nothing. Just hung
Last
out.
week, let's see. Yes, it was pretty crazy. We went to this bar to go pick up the Delvers, and then this woman was trying to give us water, and I was like, no. And then everybody else drank it, and then they were like poisoned. And then she was like, oh, I'm actually evil, and I'm turning all your friends into gold statues. And I was like, that's pretty whack. So yeah, it was like really crazy. I don't really remember most of it. It's just a blur.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. It got crazy up there. And thank you so much, Planet Venus, for the bits, and Phantom. Thank you so much for those bits too. That is super fabulous. And I'd like to say a big thank you to Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. If you look down on your screen, you can see a fabulous code where you can take that to the delightful mobile game, Champions of Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, where you can play what kind of champions? The ones that live in the Forgotten Realms. Yay!
Idle. You know what? True.
I mean, you're idle. You're idle. There you go.
Damn.
Don't worry. You're my idol.
Aww.
Very nice turnaround there. There's if you use that code, you can get a fabulous electro chest in game that will help you level up your fabulous characters. My personal favorite is, of course, Jarlaxle, because he has a fabulous hat. And that's really the most important part of any adventuring party is the hat. So get over to Idle Champions of Forgotten Realms and level up your hat. And now, hey, Jaraxis, what the hell happened to you last week?
Well, as Reginald said, we accepted some water from what we thought was a kind, upstanding person, but they ended up being a scoundrel and a degenerate. And I was unconscious. At least that's what they said. And then Reginald fed me one of my experimental elixirs.
Yeah.
Which didn't work all that well. I grew a fawn's leg and a gorilla arm, which was not very helpful. Luckily, I had an antidote for the mutagen. Oh, we just
Oh my
got
god, and thank you so much, Ardana, for the raid. That's amazing. Welcome, 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 welcome. We are learning what happened to our heroes last week on Delver's Dream. So welcome on in. Bramble, thank you so much for the bits. We are in the middle of a hype train right now, about to finish it out. So thank you, thank you, thank you for all those donations. That is absolutely fabulous. And to answer, so Dag asked he redeemed a secret. He wanted to know who is your favorite Aussie gamer. And I would like to officially announce that my favorite Australian DM is it's a tie between everyone who is not Dag.
Oof. Damn.
That's fair.
Wow.
57-way deadlock.
That's super fabulous. I love you, and a very close second is Dread. I absolutely adore Dread too. I've only gotten to play with Dread once, but he's been just so much fun. So much fun. We've got to find a way to get you both on the stream. I feel like the epic battle that would be Dag's villain versus Dread's hero would just be so astonishing.
Mm-hmm.
So 100% there. And hey, Ithul, what happened to you last week?
Well, you see, I had the unfortunate happenstance of not being here last week. So I would probably have had Ithul either trying to collect crystals or forge his new weapon.
Fabulous. I love it. So, For those of you who are just joining us, the world has changed. In the season finale of season 2, the god of wisdom suppressed all magic in the world. Only one city was not affected, and it was because there were so many planar touchstones inside that city connected to people. Planar touchstones are things of immense power, connected to the reef of glass, the crystal sphere that surrounds this small planet. And they have learned in the finale of season 2 that all of the actions of the 42 touchstone holders over the next year will determine the course of the multiverse moving forward, because this crystal sphere leads the music of the spheres. The song that is sung by every crystal sphere to every other crystal sphere, when listened to, will tell you the history of the multiverse and its future. So, now that you have become some of the most powerful creatures in the multiverse, we're going to find out just what you're going to do with all that power. As we begin, Delver's Dream. Dun dun dun! Now, let us set the scene. You have come back. Thank you so much for the follow, Jenny Burke. You have come back to Delver's Dream, a city of magic in a world without. A city distressed, being torn apart at the seams by the influx of refugees from across the planet. Some are truly injured, with maladies that can only now be dealt with here. Some bring their privilege and demand that their common cold be handled, instead of just heading down to the little shrine that they have in their mansion and having it taken care of by their local cleric. Some have come to defend this last bastion of magic. Some have come to seek their fortune. Some have come for opportunity, and some have come for betrayal. The number of people attempting to get into this city, as rumors have flown across the continent, are legion. Thousands of people blot out the landscape. Many have died on their trek over the mountains, across the rivers, through the woods and swamps. Huge tent cities have been set up around the walls of Delver's Dream. Tell me, what do you do?
Immediately upon seeing the influx of travelers, alongside, and especially having just got back into the city, I don't really have much to do with the Dreamers currently. They're currently dealing with the Grimrot. I got back the component they need. They can handle that for right now. My intent is going to turn towards to see if there are any orcs that have recently come to Delvers and try to seek them out.
You find that there are, in the crowds, there are definitely orcs, but what are you looking for specifically? Because as the orcs left Nonped over the last 10 years, and I will say sure.
They're coming to get you, Kyle!
That's super.
Was that the orcs?
That
orcs.
Is that the orcs?
That's the
That
orcs.
was-
That's the orcish call.
That was definitely some orcs.
Their war cry.
Yeah, those raid
Yeah,
parties.
they're well that's their fishing cry.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh,
They're all
Yeah.
going a
They're
fishing.
fishing in the river. Yeah,
beautiful.
that's the thing. There's, so as the orcs left Nonked, they found employment, they found fortune, they found poverty. Like they are now intermixed with most population centers throughout the continent. What are you looking for any in particular, or
Definitely,
just
like those who are
crime?
very clearly downtrodden.
Okay.
Like the ones who
you-
came here out of sheer desperation.
You definitely find in the sort of tent cities that have been set up outside the walls, you definitely find that there is a significant amount of inequity, it looks like. There are these sort of palatial tents that are being set up by like merchants and leaders and things like that that need some sort of magical help. And then you have sort of in other areas, all of the other people that essentially brought what they own, and that's it. You know, over the course of the last several months, there's been devastation across the continent, brought about by Kilnasi, by her agents, by the rain of fire that happened during after Glassy was killed. There's been an enormous amount of upheaval. So you see a lot of people downtrodden, and you can pick out an orc here and there, but you don't really see a larger group of them.
As Crow takes note of that, and just goes over to the one or few orcs that he has spotted out, and gonna invite them into Delaware just for a nice, good, warm meal at the like. Do we have the hero feast table in the hall?
As you begin leading them in, you are stopped by several very wealthy-looking individuals.
Oh boy. Hello.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Yes.
We've not been allowed in yet. We have many things to discuss.
Oh well, I will make sure that Bandal himself hears this complete. Do not worry. I am actually really well acquainted with him. I'll make sure that he hears this and that you get sorted out. I mean,
You don't even know what we're going to ask yet.
I do not, but clearly, just by the air of nobility that wafts off of you, you are here for important business, and I do not want to impede that in the slightest. I am merely here trying
Well,
to.
you needn't impede it at all. You just need to open these gates right here and allow us in.
Alas, I am not the opener of gates. I cannot just decide when they open. In fact, it is Bandal himself that decides when these things open. And I'm just like meandering, just like kind of ushering the orcs behind. He's like, go.
Yeah,
go,
as
go,
you
I got
as
this.
you were doing that, this guy just looks at you and he's like, so you're planning on standing out here with your little friends until Bandal opens the gates? Or will these gates open as soon as you step towards them?
Who's to say? And I just head towards the gate.
You see him just sort of like point to one of his guards, and you see a very ornate sort of like triangle suddenly getting tapped, and probably about 40 nobles all immediately step out of their tents and see you and your group heading towards the front gates, and each of them suddenly like is waving a scroll or a fan or something like that, heading towards you as the gates are opening.
Okay. I think we might need to play a little bit of keep away here. Uh,
I see you. You've lied to me, sir. How dare you?
Many apologies. And I just like grab both of them and dart inside, just avoiding the situation as best as I can.
As you run inside, you begin to hear from the gates this uproar beginning. And as you look down from the walls, you can see that the nobles have begun sort of organizing everyone around them, talking about how apparently there are some people that are special that get in, and it's not them. Let us head over to Duraxis. What would you like to do, Duraxis?
Okay, so that whole conversation, I was trying to figure out whether I was there, and I'm glad that Duraxis wasn't, because Duraxis would have put a pistol in that dude's face.
Just back the fuck up.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's murder some.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, why
he was
not?
going to intimidate him. He was
Yeah,
no,
why
sorry,
not?
to put a pistol in his face, not. Sorry, I phrased that poorly. Like, not shoot him.
Okay, all right.
No,
So
but-
where is Duraxis?
Yeah, okay.
Duraxis is, as he normally is, down in the basement of the bar, just like doing experiments, whatever kind of whim. I feel like he's the kind of person that would like start an experiment, get bored, and then like have an idea for a different one, and then start it up somewhere else. And so he's got like all these like half-finished experiments, and like he's just jumping from thing to thing. He's like, oh wait, oh, it just like scraps the idea, and then just like starts another thing, and just gets super excitable about all the things he's trying to do.
Absolutely.
doesn't
he does.
necessarily
I would
finish
like you
anything.
to roll me. I would like you to roll me a perception check. First roll of the day.
Perception.
Oh boy.
Perception.
Let's
That's an
see.
11.
Yeah. So
Right,
you're
okay,
good.
like
You
a
are
teenage
working on
fan
the
fiction
experiment.
almost.
Are
Oh,
you
thank
working
you
on
for the
right?
follow, Opal.
So what experiment are you working on?
So, he's trying to unsuccessfully work on the mutagen that he's working on. That's kind of like the main project he has that he kind of picks up, works on for a little bit, and then maybe does something else. But this is the one that he kind of is always coming back to, and it's the one where you supposed to, when you drink it, you are able to turn into part of an animal, not full animal, but like your like your legs or your arms, and that it's supposed to be semi-permanent.
Absolutely.
He hasn't figured that part out
Yes,
yet.
and welcome to the chat, Opal. Yay. There's yes, absolutely. I'd like you to roll me a second perception check.
Step back. Oh, that's a crit, baby!
Damn.
Yes!
All right.
Read it.
You have got
I saw
that. You realize that 3 of the experiments that you were working on sort of interchangeably, that you left in very, very delicate states.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Tell me, what are these 3 experiments?
Oh, okay. Shoot. I'd say the first one is. God, put me on the spot. 3 experiments. Okay, so the first one is he was inspired by the fire flower, and
Okay.
so instead of using fire flower seeds, what he is doing is he's trying to create a hot sauce that when you eat, you can blow fire out. That one is probably the one that he's had the least success with, because he
All right,
actually
what's the second one?
the second one, oh, The second one is he has always had issues with shoes.
Okay.
And so his
I mean, we
experiment,
all have.
yeah, and they're obnoxious. And so essentially what he's doing is he's creating a mixture that you can dip your feet into that replaces the need for shoes.
Liquid shoe?
Yeah,
Spray
liquid
on
shoe.
shoes.
Yeah.
Shoe.
Yeah, you get a bucket and you just stick your feet in.
And it just conforms to your foot, and you suddenly have
exactly.
like liquid shoe.
The issue is not the comfort or not the application, but can't get it to solidify once he has stuck his foot in. So
Sure,
he
absolutely.
kind of
What's
just
the
has
third
wet
one?
feet.
What's the third one?
The third one is a
The face he makes when he's thinking, it's just
So
amazing.
I'm gonna say that the third one, because he's all about transmutations, is a way to amplify polymorph spells,
yeah, no,
so that they
totally
last longer and you can do more with them.
Thank you.
So you have got a fabulous new Fireflower hot sauce. Then we've got our liquid shoe and our transmutation amplifier. Absolutely, we've got these two things. Which one do you realize is in a super delicate state and something bad is about to happen? Which one do you go to first?
Definitely the hot sauce. The hot sauce, he kind of spilled it earlier, and it's kind of on the table, and it's starting to sizzle, and there's a little bit of a flame that's kind of being produced from the hot sauce, and he's freaking out because he was getting close, or thought he was close, to actually tasting it, and is totally freaking out because now it has some property similar to acid. So that's great.
So all right. So as you put that out, the flame is extinguished. All of that good stuff. I would like you to roll me a dexterity saving throw. And let's see.
Okay, that's pretty good. Okay.
All right. So you can, in fact, get to the transmutation thing, which is starting to. You realize that the reagents that you put together in the container are activating because they are in there together, and you had sealed the bottle, and it was about to explode all over the workshop. But sadly, because there were three things that you left, you were not able to get to poor little shoes. The little shoe goo.
Not the shoe bucket.
Yeah. So I want you to tell me what happens, what kind of reaction is happening in the shoe bucket right now.
So, the issue was that it wouldn't solidify, and as the hot sauce was spilling out, a couple drops of the hot sauce actually fell in the shoe bucket, and it actually just hardens completely. So you can't stick your feet in it, and it's completely hard now, and completely
it
worthless
looks like
to anybody.
So what it looks like is that it's hard.
All right.
It looks like it's just a bucket that has now got like solidified. It's taken on a little bit of a red tinge, like a reddish orange tinge. You do smell something, and you realize that it is the scent of like burning wood.
With a 27% check, do I see where can I?
This is a different perception.
Okay. All right, let's see. Where is? Oh, God. Oh, 25.
Yeah, no, you see that like it's the bucket surrounding the shoe goo that is now starting to burn.
Oh God. He's gonna look around and see. He's gonna pick up the bucket by the handle and just run upstairs and run out of the Tavern.
as you get outside, you realize that something has been trying to eat through the bottom of the bucket by burning it. And as you get there, the bucket just sort of disintegrates into ash, and what you see is what looks like about 30 little feet that all look totally different, and everywhere they step, the ground starts to burn. And now that you've created this fun little creature, we're gonna go check in with Reginald. Hey, Reginald. How
Hello.
are you doing?
I'm just doing fine. I have been working with the clerics in the area, as they are the ones that have stepped up to do all of the healing and the healthcare in the area, and I'm making sure that the people that are being seen, I'm kind of doing a screening process and making sure that they that the people that need help the most are getting help first. And
So you're
making
setting
sure-
up a triage.
Exactly. And I'm making sure there are no clerical errors because of my my capacity for book work and
Your
everyone-
anal retentiveness.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I think while this has been happening, I have been actually planning to gather some of these clerics and get some supplies to go out of the city and work on people that need it the most, that have not been granted passage yet into the
So-
city.
Okay, so you're gonna head over to the gates to head out.
Yes, I believe I am.
All right, so as you head over to the gates, you see Crow come rushing in the gates with a group of orcs, and then just sort of shouting, "Shut the gates!
Shut the gate!
I'm just no, Crow. Hold on. Don't shut the gate. What is happening?
Yes, no, shut the
I
gate!
need
you
to go. I need to
There
go
are
through.
like 40 nobles out there trying to stir up a mob. Shut the gate!
Let me talk to them.
You sure?
I mean, someone needs to control this situation.
I think a closed gate controls it pretty
Excuse
well,
me,
Reginald.
Sir Noble. Please let me talk to you.
So there,
Oh,
you
boy.
can't see them yet because the gate is still closed. Are you gonna open the gates?
Is it like a solid gate, or is it like a fenced
Yeah,
gate?
no, it's a straight. These are the gates of Delver's
Yeah.
Dream.
It's the walls to
Cortana
Delver.
created them, So of course,
It's a big
they
old
are
door.
like just a gorgeous. They are a gorgeous adamantine set of gates, which are perfectly sculpted, just stunningly beautiful to look at, embedded with gold and silver and gemstones along a beautiful solid rock wall that literally looks like it is one piece, sort of like we would see now with like a cement wall, which was essentially unheard of in that day and age. Corton somehow melded all the stones together so that it looks so that there are no cracks or anything in the wall.
At this point, I think I kind of like look at Crow and I look at the clerics that are following behind me, and I think that during this time, I haven't actually said exactly who I'm a cleric of. I just said like, oh yeah, I'm a cleric, and they're like already wary of me, and I just like, what? 1 second, please, and I pull Crow aside. You're embarrassing me in front of the clerics, man. What did you do?
I didn't
Like-
do anything. I was just going to take these guys, some orcs I found along the way. They were actually really awesome. They actually traveled all the way from Fallon. They were kind of fighting alongside of the front lines. It was a whole entire thing. But yeah,
I see what happened here. So the nobles, they
they're getting
preferential treatment. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
All right.
that whole entire deal. I didn't do anything specifically. I just tried to come home, and they got really pissy about it.
I mean, this is just a terrible time to do
It
this.
is.
Like this really, really bad.
Uh-huh.
Did they look like they were about to attack, or
They
can they
looked
still
like
be
they were-
reasoned with?
Well, from what I saw, they started getting people from their tents. I think some of them have like their own private guard. Weapons are being drawn. I don't want to be there.
As you were saying this, you hear from outside the gates the crowd start chanting,
Oh boy. Who are they chanting specifically?
Yeah, they're now chanting, "Let us in! Let us in! Let us in!"
You think?
At that exact moment, I call the guards to this gate, and I'm just like, please assist us before this gets out of hand.
And the guards just look at you. They're like, "What do you want us to do?"
I
We
mean,
close the gate. That's as much as we can do right now.
Proton, what
do
did
you
you
want
do,
us
man?
to go out and murder everyone? Do you
First,
want us,
what?
what are we supposed to do with
Is
this?
that why is that your first?
Because we've been
option?
trained to kill anybody that tries to get inside these gates.
That's fair.
That's
Just a deep sigh of regret. You know, I
We
was
have not
about to
had
go out there and help
de-escalation
them.
Classes. We have not had de-escalation classes.
I say that we let what's happening outside kind of stew a little bit.
Oh,
Let
Stu,
them-
you want them to organize
While
even
we-
farther?
No, we just need to figure out a way to accommodate them. We probably, I don't know,
Yes.
like talk to
accommodate.
Bandolph, see if we won't be
Bandolph.
able to like. I don't know. He's at the seat of the
I'd
throne
like
right
both
now.
of you to
Like,
roll me. I'd like both of you to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
oh my gosh, what are they doing out there?
That is a 9.
You see, so you see what looks like a big wad of paper come flying over, and Crow, as you try to catch it, you realize too late it's a paper wrapped around a rock, and it slams you in the face, and then bounces off and hits Reginald in the stomach, and now both of you are on the ground. Would either one of you like to read this piece
Yeah,
of
I'm-
paper?
Yeah, let's read the paper. Jesus, man.
As you begin to unroll this piece of paper from around the rock, it is a very politely worded letter. It says, "To whom it may concern, we have been here for almost a full day without having access
What
to
day?
the most basic needs that anyone should have access to. While we did bring several wagons of foodstuffs, clothing, and riches with us, many people here did not have the opportunity to do so. We would like to ensure that we are going to be able to make this happen. I would really like to see your leader whenever that becomes a possibility. Hopefully this will become a possibility sometime within the next 20 minutes, or we shall be forced to create some conflict betwixt the weapons that we have down here and the wall that stands before us."
I can't possibly think that they could get through this wall without any magical weapons, can they? Like,
I'm pretty sure the wall's enchanted, but
it's
alas,
very.
Well,
I
no,
think-
the thing is that the wall isn't enchanted, it's just stone.
it's just stone. Like, like if you hit something long enough and hard enough, I'm pretty sure it'll crack.
Oh, despite that, doesn't what's his name's touchstone like have like a barrier effect around this place?
It does have a very effect against like teleportation and planar travel, things like that, but it's not an actual physical barrier.
I don't think it does. I think he can make physical like barriers and the like in the way that he like Corton did. But Bandolph, one, just got the touchstone, and two, just between you and I, not as smart as Corton. I don't think he can hack that.
Well, also don't forget so Bandots has full control of the mind, but has no power essentially outside of the adamantium doors of Delver Street.
I see. So like, I just think we should probably go to the king, hand him this letter.
In 20 minutes, we can do that within 20 minutes.
He's not that far from us. We just have to go into the mines. Like
Yeah.
Go.
So
As
from
this-
here to the 4th level.
Yeah.
I would like each of you to make me a dexterity saving throw again.
Uh-oh.
As this is happening, all those little weird feet creatures,
It's one creature.
oh, one creature. Okay, so Daraxis is like chasing it
That's a
around, like hunched over, trying to grab it. Can this creature have run to like what's going on in front of the?
Well, you tell me.
Yes. So the creature has run around, and Daraxis is running up on outside all these nobles, like.
So you don't get past the gates because they are closed.
No. I know. I'm like approaching the back of the mob of nobles.
So you're not because they're outside the gates. You are
You're
inside
inside
the gate.
the gate.
They are
Yeah, if
outside
you were-
the gate.
So
If you-
okay, so when I pictured the nobles, it was they were in Delver's dream, but they were trying to get into the mine
They
itself.
are not. So,
Gotcha. Okay,
so
I
let me
see.
recap What
Okay.
happened with Crow? So with Crow, he had entered Delver's dream and closed the gates behind him, and the nobles were left outside, starting to create an unruly
Only
mob.
the stuff you don't like.
Gotcha. For some reason, I was thinking the gates were the gates to the mine itself. But I get it. Okay, cool.
Oh.
Yes. So what would you like to do?
So he's gonna run up and he's gonna see Reginald and Crow
I don't know.
on the ground. I guess they're not on the ground, but be like, hey, what's going on? I hear some shouting.
I'm going to need Duraxis to roll me a dexterity saving throw as well now.
Oh, yeah, that's what's going
Let's
on,
see how
guys?
bad, like how much this stone
19.
All right. So Duraxis, just like as he's coming up to ask you what's going on, suddenly stops talking and just like takes like a step backwards. As you are now hit with a very grubby looking person. Someone apparently somebody has decided to chuck one of the refugees over the wall to see if they can in fact get over
Do
the
they
wall.
have a trebuchet?
They-
Did they
Um,
bring a trebuchet?
One of the guards looks down at you and says, "It's not a trebuchet. It's a Goliath."
Ah, of course. Perfect.
Yes.
We gotta
So
redeem.
you have now been hit in the head with a halfling.
Fastball special. Wow.
Yep.
Draxus is just gonna laugh.
And now that that has happened, we're gonna head over to Athul. Hey, Athul, where are you?
Well, before I answer that, two quick questions. How many days have passed in the last two sessions? And what exactly, aside from fonts of power, does it require for us to create crystal?
To what?
Like, you know how you said there are places of like magic and like fonts of power where we can create crystals at, right?
Yes, you can't create any crystals within Delver's Dream because magic has not been suppressed.
Yeah, that much I know. But like, so there's that, and then now I remember you saying something like when you try to cast magic, you create a crystal. Am I remembering that correctly?
If you want
Rather
to
than
cast
creating
magic
a spell?
outside Delver's Dream, you need a crystal. Within the walls, magic still works as it should.
Okay, but how do I create more crystals? Is the only way to do that to go to those places of magic and power?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's less
So-
creating and more foraging.
So to be clear about crystals, when magic was suppressed, anything that was a sort of man-made object of magic, like magic items or scrolls or spell books, when magic was compressed, it literally got compressed into crystals. So now if you find like a scroll that was created from before, when you open it up, crystal dust will just fall out of it. Magic items that were very powerful are now just coated in these crystals. And magical creatures, because they convert whatever they eat into part of what they do is they create magic in their own bodies. They are now starting to be covered with these very sharp, strong magical crystals. So you can harvest them from magical creatures, but it also makes them far more difficult to battle. because they have an extra layer of armor in the form of crystal armor now.
Mhm.
So that's super delightful.
Natural
And then,
armor.
oh my god, there's a golem. There's
Yep.
Dragon Golem.
Got a golem.
That's right. We have summoned Dublin,
Dude,
the Dragon Tooth Golem.
this is Dublin. Yes, this is Dublin. She is-
Fear for your life, everyone, as
Watch
Dublin
out.
destroys
Look
the
how
world.
awake and alert she is.
Definitely. Look at her.
This is Dublin.
Absolutely so.
She's our baby. She's 8 months old and she's a labradoodle.
So,
And
Azul,
so, how much time total has passed since the
So
whole
it's been
magic
1
has
month.
been ended? 1 month.
it's been
gotcha.
1 month since the end of season 2.
So, Ethul probably would be coming back to Delver's Dream, trying to find sources of crystals, like reliable sources of crystals. And as he's now, since I'm an ASMR and you said I have these like tentacly like wings, am I capable of flying outside of Delver's Dream with them, or are they just more of an aesthetic kind of thing?
Right now they're more aesthetic, but we can go through your history and see if there are any places that you have visited on your travels that might be right for crystal picking.
Well, there's let's see. I mean, the obvious choice is Delver's Dream, but that's the sanctuary. Let's see. Where are some
So there
crazy ass
is-
places we've been?
Did you go to Arborea with everyone else?
I believe,
first
well,
time?
I don't know about the first time. All I know is I was in Arborea because I died.
That's right. So you came back with everyone else, though.
Yes.
You recall the mausoleum where all the Reapers died and how each of them had what looked like a magical red flower growing out of them when you got back. You think that that is a spot of immense power that might very, very well be a spot to collect crystals. You recall that in the Orve Ova forest, which is just south of Delver Stream, where the elven city of Splinter's Point is, that in areas around Splinter's Point, there were some very powerful magics at work when it came to the magical creatures like the giant spiders and the shape-shifting wolves, things like that. Annika's cottage in the woods or in Fog's Cradle swamp would
I don't think
probably
I've
be
actually met Annika
go.
with Ethul.
So there are definitely spots that you've been to, and in each sort of major city, there's going to be areas that are more highly magical.
Makes sense. All right, so
where did you go?
he'd probably go to the mausoleum because he has more of a connection to that than anything.
All right. As you did that, I want you to tell me how you got past the Warforged guards. They were guarding the border into Nanked, because that is where the mausoleum is.
Let me check a few of his abilities and skills here. He's not particularly stealthy. No. You know what? He probably... actually, I can't do my changeling stuff outside of Delver, can I?
Changeling is because you...
It's not technically a spell, though.
Yeah, it's
No,
biological.
I think that's just an ability, a natural ability that you have. So yeah, you're fine.
Okay,
Is-
so he would essentially just try to he'd take some bark and bits of stray armor and whatnot, and he'd kind of fasten them to himself, and then use his changeling powers to make his body and skin that's exposed as much like a warforged as possible, and then just kind of march past them.
Absolutely, you will. All right, so first you get inspiration for that. That's delightful. All right, so you absolutely can make it through the cordon of Warforged that exists around the country right now. As you do that, um, you get to the mausoleum, and what you find is that there seem to be, when you left, there were no doors on the mausoleum, and it seems like there are just these sort of like solid crystalline doors have appeared. And it's not so much doors as it is like just a solid wall.
And can I tell if these crystals are the kind of crystals I'm looking for?
You don't know.
All right. Guess I'll pull out one of his spare daggers, and he'll just try to like break a small chunk of the crystal off.
Okay, are these daggers magical?
No, they're basic daggers.
As you attempt to do this, you just watch as the tip of the dagger just snaps off.
Not as much. Hmm. I don't know if it'll work, but here, let's give this a try. And he's gonna dig in his pouch real quick, and he's gonna pull out one of the little fire flower seeds. He's gonna try and just kind of like nestle it like right in one of the little nooks of the crystal wall. He's gonna step back, and he's just gonna take his freaking now broken dagger, and he's just gonna hurl it right at the seed and see if it explodes.
Instant steal.
Are you going to do anything else with it? Are you going to attempt like any sort of magic or anything?
Considering I don't have any crystals to access at the moment, there's not really any magic I can do unless my psionics count.
If it is a natural thing, I'll allow you to do it because you're connected to a touchstone.
Yeah, psionics really wouldn't do much against anything that doesn't have a brain.
Let's
So,
get creative.
yeah, we'll stick with the mundane for now and see what happens.
Nothing.
All right, let's try the mithril scimitar. And he's gonna, at potential risk to himself, just slash the freaking seed while it's on the mithril, while it's in the crystal with the mithril scimitar.
So something seems to be happening with the seed. The seed, like you smack it with the scimitar, but the seed suddenly just stops moving.
Like it starts to move?
No, it doesn't start to. It just seems like it's harder to dislodge now.
Interesting.
I think we need a diamond pickaxe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would help. All right, so instead of wasting too much physical energy, he's gonna kind of like trace his path around the outside perimeter of the mausoleum and just kind of see what he can see.
The mausoleum is buried. It literally, except for this entrance, it just looks like a hill.
So nothing's been like unearthed or anything since then?
No.
All right.
No one even knows that this is here.
Well, that's definitely got some magic to it. He's gonna start, like, in psionic pulses, just kind of put his hand on the sand, and he's just gonna start using psionics to just slowly start digging a hole through to see if he can find any sort of openings in the structure underneath the sand.
There is, so as you do it, you hear a small creak from the entrance.
Stops immediately and just looks over it.
What are you gonna do?
He'll just walk kind of carefully back over to where he heard the creak and see what made it.
You see like a tiny little chunk of crystal has fallen out of the wall. And there seems to be a pattern emerging behind like a layer of the crystal.
He'll squint his eyes and put his head a little bit closer to see if he can't make it out.
Can't really tell what it is.
He'll pick up the crystal and see if it does anything on like contact with him or anything like that.
You can definitely tell now that this crystal would allow you to cast like a lower level spell.
Hmm. Okay. Let's try this. He's gonna step back and do I need something for this? No, I don't. Yeah, he's just gonna using a first level spell slot. He's gonna consume the energy in the crystal, and he's gonna hold his palm towards the essential crystal mass that's blocking his way. And as magic kind of forms in the palm of his hand, he'll just kind of like gently flick it out, and as it's like shifting through colors, he'll cast Chaos Bolt at the wall.
All right. As you do that, I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
I can do that. 19.
And let's see. All right. So with the 19, as you cast this, you see something happen to the seed. The spell seems to be absorbed into the seed itself. And for a few seconds, you watch as this pattern begins to almost erupt behind this wall of crystal. And you realize that it's the flower's roots getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Uh-oh.
And then you see the flower begin to expand. And you duck behind a rock just in time to see the entire wall become a wall of fire flowers just spitting seeds out into the ground that immediately erupt into more fire flowers. Like, there's an enormous
You
amount.
created an orchard of fire
energy
flowers.
here. And you
Who says magic's
see
dead?
the stone around the fire flowers begin to start turning into lava as they are giving off more and more and more heat. And within about 2 minutes, you watch as the mausoleum is now just a mound of vines and roots of fire flowers just existing there, now giving off an enormous amount of heat.
Oops, destroyed an ecosystem.
I mean, it was already a desert.
Hey, Thule,
Just
you have
small.
that fire-resistant armor on you? I don't think anyone claimed it.
No, Duraxis still has it.
Damn.
So what you can see, though, is where the seed was, there seems to be a small opening there.
All right. And like, how tall is this? Like, is like the flames that are coming out of it, if there are flames, or if it's just.
So there are no actual flames. The fire flowers don't give off flames, they just give off a lot of heat.
Okay. He's going to basically he's just gonna, like, as gingerly as possible, just kind of like start moving closer to where, like, the center mass of it is, and just to test, like, how hot it is and how much it's gonna hurt him.
So it's not hot enough, like, where you are to just burn the hell out of you or anything, but it is very uncomfortable.
Easy bake oven, huh? Let's see. Well, you know what? I do have another dagger, so I'm gonna see if I can't send it into that little hole that was created where the seed was, and see what
Are you
happens.
just gonna throw it?
Yeah, just gonna give it a quick toss and see what happens.
It goes inside, and you lose sight of it.
All right, so it's not hot enough to melt an entire dagger. Confidence. And so he's just going to very carefully edging his way closer and closer until eventually either it gets too hot or he gets up to where that hole is.
So you're at the hole, and it is very hot, but you have not taken, like, damage yet.
All right. So yeah, he's going to take his scimitar back out, and he's going to try hacking an opening in the roots to see if he can't get through them.
Absolutely. So you definitely get in there. Like, they're now fire flowers, so you can just hack them like normal vines.
All right, and stepping through, has everything like inside the mausoleum as it descends? Like, is it all consumed by the roots and vines as well?
So what you see as you enter is you see that the roots and the vines have essentially taken the place of all of the stonework that you remember. But you see the bodies of all of the reapers, the 1,000 reapers. The red crystal flowers are still just that. They are red crystal flowers, but they are now growing out of crystal bodies. All of the reapers have turned to crystal.
Jackpot. He's going to pull Dill out of his hood.
First, please roll me a d10.
D10.
Oh, yikes.
Boom. 10.
Oh.
A 10. You take 10 fire damage because you are now essentially in an oven.
Fair enough.
What would you like to do?
All right. So, he's going to, if I am taking damage, he's not going to pull Dill out. He's going to just kind of grit his non-existent illithid teeth, and he's going to move towards the closest Reaper body. And the body itself looks like the crystal that was covering the door, right?
Yes.
And then there's a red crystal flower growing out of them.
Yep.
All right. So he's going to, as he kind of reaches down, he's going to grab that little red crystal flower and he's forgive me, and he's going to crack it off and see what happens.
When you crack it off, you notice that the pollen inside this red crystal flower is made of the same crystal as the bodies, and begins as you shake it. It just like little crystals begin to fall off and a little dust.
All right. So yeah, he's gonna stick that into his pouch, and as uncomfortable as he is, kind of desecrating these what were once supposed to be holy vessels for Sune's judgment and functionality of the world, he's going to.
Well, you would be very aware that Sune does not care about the physical body after someone has died. Her concern is love when they are alive, after they are dead. She's concerned with the soul. She understands that the physical body is not, means nothing, without love.
That's fair, but he still has a certain level of respect for him, so he does this with a little bit of guilt and regret. But he's going to take the mithril scimitar, and he's going to shatter one of the crystal body, like the one he picked the flower from. He's just going to shatter that into as many pieces as he possibly can.
So chunks of it come off, like, the arm comes off pretty easily, and then the leg comes off, the head comes off, and each of those needs to be shattered individually.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, he would probably have brought a good-sized backpack with him, since the bag of holding no longer works. I mean, he can still use the bag of holding as a small bag, but it's not going to do all of its wonderful tricks. So yeah, he'll probably just start filling up his little bag, his cloak, and his backpack with as much of the crystal chunks as possible.
So first, roll me, because this will have taken you several minutes, roll me 3d10, please.
Total of 27.
Oh, yikes.
You take 27 more fire damage. And it's now getting hotter and hotter in here as the mass of flowers sort of solidifies. There's like no area except for that one little spot in the front where any heat can escape.
And so yeah, he probably managed to get at least one of the bodies. I don't think he'd have much time for anything else, or much less any space for them.
You absolutely not have time for more than one body, no.
I don't think he'd have space to carry it anyways. I'm pretty sure the one body will fill up the entire bags that he's got. And once he's stuffed his pockets, for better or worse, he's just gonna hightail it the fuck out of there before he catches fire himself.
Awesome. So as you leave, you see that entrance begins to grow in and seal itself.
Not today. Let's quickly crush one of the smaller pieces of crystal that he had, and he's just going to send out a flurry of magic missiles, just 3 of them straight at the wall to blast through.
So
not the wall, the
missiles,
opening that's closing, I should say.
magic missiles have no effect.
Oh, fair enough.
Oh.
Let's
No,
see
no,
here.
it's just because they don't have any effect on something that's not sentient.
Oh,
really?
right, because I forgot
Missiles?
that's a thing that magic missiles have.
Oh.
I always forget that.
Yes,
It's in a
but
similar
what we
vein
will
like
say is that
psionics.
So what we will say is that you sneak back across the border with your newly found sack of crystals, and you head back to Delver Stream. And with that, we will be taking a little 5-minute break. I would
Alrighty.
like to let everyone know to hit !raffle in order to win some Phoenix dice this evening. So
Ooh.
we will be giving away a fabulous set of Phoenix dice at the end of this stream. So hit !raffle if you'd like to enter that. Also, we'd like to thank our fabulous sponsor, Hero Forge, for being absolutely delightful. And if you would like to help us in our mission to create a more inclusive and delightful space online, please feel free to donate to our foundation called the Foundation for Inclusivity in Gaming, which will also give the players some fabulous things too while we are away. So we will be back in just 5 minutes. We will see you in just a sec. Go hydrate, go be delightful, and we will see you in a minute. Hello again. Welcome back.
Fake.
So currently, we have just had a little flashback to a couple weeks ago where Thule went a-hiking over to Nanked and obtained a sack full of crystals. And now we're going to jump back over to Crow, who has just had a halfling land on him.
Did you consent to being thrown? Or did they just kind of like grab the first thing they could see?
You listen to me. I don't
Oh,
get
of course.
thrown. I don't get thrown unless I want to get thrown.
All right.
Yeah?
That's just
Okay.
insulting, Crow. How dare you even
guess-
are.
I guess
I'm
it's-
You're a
just
vile
saying.
racist.
That's
I-
pretty messed up, man.
I was merely just making sure that this man consented to being thrown, and that they're not just throwing people over the walls in massive protest. Hello, good
No,
sir.
you
I am
better-
sorry.
you better get ready.
I
'cause we're all
apologize for
gonna
that.
be in here in a minute. You
Okay.
can't keep us out.
This is getting ridiculous.
We're not
Sir,
trying.
What do you guys even
one
want?
second.
I'm sorry, 7 people were talking.
To be fair, we just had a halfling thrown at us. This confusion is warranted.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. So what's going on now?
This is getting ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to have one of the clerics stay and see to this man who's been thrown, and I'm going to have the rest of them
I don't
come up.
need your damn help. I
No,
can do it myself.
just. All right, sir. Thank you for that. And I'm just going to just head up the wall and see, because they.
Now this halfling is very insulted. Like he's insulted that and don't forget, he is a pirate. So he's insulted by your
right.
attitude, by the fact that he was not allowed in, all of that kind of stuff. So where are you headed?
I'm gonna head up the wall to stop the rock conversation, so we can actually have some dialogue.
I am going to need you. Could you please tell me what your AC is?
18.
18. All right. Let's see. Let's just see what we see over here with this. Oh, damn. You. That's distressing. Okay. You are going to take 13 damage as Crow. You watch as this little halfling, who is apparently a cleric, casts spiritual weapon, and an anchor goes flying at the back of Reginald's head and does 13 damage.
Sir!
You don't dismiss me.
I'm not trying to dismiss you. Ow!
Also, you just assaulted a man for who has not raised a weapon against you.
No.
Oh, were you
Bro,
about to say no
I can
reason?
defend
'Cause
myself.
I got reasons. I got a lot of reasons.
I don't.
None of them will be good.
Duraxis is gonna pull out his pistol, put it to the halfling's head, and say, "You did it again," and
Why
see
are
what
we-
happens.
Why are we escalating this?
Oh my god! There's this
Duraxis!
halfling. This halfling in me. All right. Okay, here we go. Here we
Calm
go.
emotions.
Everybody, wait, you're what?
Calm emotions.
as you cast that, I'm gonna need Duraxis. Roll me a Wisdom saving throw. You can choose to fail if you want.
Do I get an intimidation check? That felt pretty intimidating.
Somebody just did calm emotions while this was happening.
Wisdom. Sure. I'll.
What's the DC?
The
No, you know
DC
what?
is higher than you roll.
Draxus is pissed, so he's gonna actually fight it. So wisdom.
I'm sorry. So, Mike, what
Yeah.
is the DC?
Sorry.
The DC is 17.
Okay, so
Crit fail.
Duraxis, with that critical failure, you actually are so calm that you fall asleep. You just go into a meditative
Cozy.
state immediately.
You're like,
Just
You're
sit
like,
down.
oh, my bad. And he like sticks his
Yeah.
pistol back, and then just like sits down, and then just goes.
Absolutely. Now, mind you, that was inside the gates. So calm emotions. So everyone outside the gates is still being rowdy and upset.
Yeah.
But the cleric is sort of calmed down now, and he's like, okay.
Can we have a nice conversation now?
I guess so.
I
All right.
appreciate that. Thank you, sir. You can see that inside does not seem any more habitable right now than outside. It is chaos everywhere, and I would appreciate your help.
He looks around, and you look around and realize what you just said.
Well, what I meant to say what I meant to say was
The combination cannot yet
if
been
we
made.
if we let everybody in at once, it will be chaos. And I would
He
appreciate.
just looks at you, and he's like, okay, that's fine. I know that there are people out here that need all kind of help,
And
doing all kind of things, and I can help them. I'm a cleric, and I can heal things, but I guess if you don't want me here, that's fine
No.
too.
That's what I'm saying. I can't do. I have like 2 other clerics here with me. We can't take care of all of this by ourselves. So if you are willing to help me, help solve this chaos outside from what Crow, you said these were nobles starting this riot.
Yeah, they were getting kind of.
Look at this note. This
off.
noble said that they have been there for a day. Some of
Yeah.
these people have been here for the whole month waiting for help. None of this is fair. None of this
It's
is
not.
good.
And it's also not like we haven't been letting people in. We do. It's just the fact that the infirmaries are full right now. We just had a massive influx of people dealing with Grimrot. It's highly contagious. There's a reason why we're not just opening the doors. Like, we have a handle on this,
But-
we're going through the proper records to try to
So
get people in.
he's going to straight up just point to all the orcs that you brought in and be like, what are they gonna do to help?
And I'm gonna cross my arms and look at Crow. The same thing.
And Crow is going to point to both of them, where you can see that there are like splotches on either of their arms where Grimrod is taking hold. Yeah, if you wish, they are infirm. They were also a part of the wars.
Infirm.
Okay, so I need a little clarity here. Did you only find people that were sick, or were you only going for orcs?
People that
Or
were
did you
sick
only
prioritizing
find sick
orcs. Sick orcs were prioritized in Crow's mind right now.
Okay. So we've got a bunch. Now we have a bunch of sick orcs.
Yes.
Absolutely. All right. So why haven't you tried to, like, have you contacted people about
Yes.
getting more clerics and things in here?
Yes,
That's what I'm trying to do for some of this time, and that's what I'm trying to do now. I was on my way out of the city to see what I could do to help and who I could find to help. Before this happened, and I look back at Crow.
Once again, I was just trying to come back inside, and then they got really irate at me.
Calm emotions is still up, sir. Okay.
I'm calm.
Yeah,
I'm not
totally.
Sir.
Sir.
You're supposed to be calm. As this is happening, Diddy Blizzard is gonna come and go. That's the name of my familiar, Kyle. We named him Diddy Blizzard. The little tiny monkey.
Little monkey.
And he's gonna come and just like start poking Diraxis with his stick. Let's see.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Poke.
Diddy, it looks like Daddy's taking a nap. Don't worry, he'll be fine.
Leave him alone.
And honestly, it's for the best. He did just pull out a gun for
Absolutely uncalled for.
Uncalled for.
And I'm just kind of bleeding from the back of my head a little bit still.
Completely unnecessary.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
Helping the people takes precedence right now, don't you think?
Yeah. All right. I say we can take this gentleman to Bandolph as as proof, or your clerics as proof of needing more clerics and assistance, and maybe we can get him to assist us in making more accommodations for the massive influx of people on the outside. I feel like that's a good route to take here. He's the king of the dwarves. They will listen to him if he starts making decrees.
I'm gonna look at the halfling. I'm sorry. What was your name?
Name?
Yes.
Garbletharts.
Garbletharts. Okay. Do you have any suggestions as to you've been in this situation, you have seen the people firsthand. What do you think is the best course of action to help this? Obviously, throwing everybody over the wall isn't the best course of action. I want to point that out.
And everybody, please give me a dexterity saving throw as you
Oh
say
my god!
God dang it, man!
Diraxis is gonna automatically fail because he's asleep on the ground.
Well, you're now looking for people being thrown over the wall.
Yeah.
Reginald, sadly, as you are having the conversation with the cleric, you get hit with an elf.
It throws an elf.
Okay.
Um,
Ow!
I'm
Hello,
going
sir.
Does
As they
Diraxis
broke
wake
madam.
up?
So they told me I could probably help in here.
Oh, can they hear us from the other side of the wall?
And then you hear this chant. Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Why? Stop throwing the people in the rocks, please. Ow!
Stop
Dang
being dumb. Stop being dumb.
Oh, har har. All right. Sorry. What was your name?
My name's Sally.
Nice to meet you, Sally. This is Garble. Have you met Garble?
Hi, Garble.
Yes. Let's
Okay. Sorry.
let's come up with a solution, please.
It's one of those wispy ones.
Probably we can make up the solution further from the walls where people are throwing
Yes.
things at us.
It doesn't.
There's a bunch of people out there that say they're clerics and could probably help, but there's no way to prove it, so the guards won't let us in.
Okay.
I will talk to the guards. I will set up my triage at the gate, so that way they can come and assess the situation much better.
All right, fabulous. Are you gonna go open the gates? Are you gonna make a plan? What are you gonna do?
Is there like someone that's sort of who in the mind could set this in motion the fastest?
Probably.
Like if I wanted someone to come here and keep the gate situation, who would that be?
Well, you got plenty of guards. You could try to find Orton or Van. I mean, pretty much anybody who's in leadership would be able to do something.
Is there someone in the clerics that could?
Alex, maybe.
I feel like
Alex is still
busy?
trying to be in control of his touchstone.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a barely fucked up one.
Yeah. I don't even know what that is, but that sounds cool.
Alex is wearing Nazi's crown.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay. All right. As long as as I talk to the wall, as long as the people agree, we will allow the clerics to come in to help the situation, help alleviate and expedite the situation.
You see one of the nobles step forward and say, "Yes, yes, of course."
Insight check.
Roll me.
I will roll you.
I'm gonna say that Sally landed on Daraxis. Daraxis is awake, but he's in the mud, hasn't got up yet.
All right.
That is.
He's very calm still.
That is a 13.
Thank you, Pod Fame, for the raid.
13.
Do I see them? I mean.
Yeah, no, with a 13, they just absolutely see. Oh, thank you so much for the raid, No Fame. That's fabulous. Come on in. We're dealing with a bunch of people at the gates who are trying to get in. Yeah, no, they seem to be telling the truth.
Telling you, man, Athul's just gonna come back and there's gonna be a riot.
Right. I have an inspiration. I'm gonna roll that one more time, just to be safe.
You know how I feel about metagaming.
What do you
You
mean?
have no reason to. You have no reason to believe I said nothing to you that would indicate otherwise.
No, of course not. But that's a 23.
Okay, no, it's still fine.
All right. I will say, just to be safe, guards, prepare yourselves, and I will say, all right.
The guards are going to be like, prepare ourselves for what, and what do you mean?
In case people start trying to rush in, I mean, this is still
What do you want us
unknown.
to do, man? Like, do you want us to kill them?
Have you
No,
ever been a
why?
guard for long? I mean, are you new here?
No,
No,
just
I'm not. But my job is to stop people from coming in, utilizing lethal force if necessary. I'm going to need some very specific instructions here.
Well, let's just get this instruction out of the way. Do not kill anyone. First and foremost, top of the list, don't murder anyone unless they mean to murder you.
Okay.
Second on the
I
list.
feel like above table, that's like the worst kind of cop, like rules right there is like,
Yeah.
okay, anybody comes next to you, kill them. Yeah, totally.
tell me exactly what to do, or I'll fuck it up.
Yeah, like what?
I'll do it.
They're absolutely, these guys are, so don't forget that they are dealing with an incredibly turbulent situation. They have been trained with their weapons, but they have not been trained in de-escalation techniques.
And
So
then,
if you'd like to help them with
Defund the
that,
guard.
yes, defund the guards, please. I'm going to have the other two clerics that I have with me prepare calm emotions for if people start trying to rush in for that area right in the gate.
what level spell is Calm Emotions?
It's only second level.
Second level.
Okay. Nice.
All right. All right. I'm choosing to trust you. Open the gate. No, I'm not talking to them to open the gate, obviously. Anyway.
Yeah.
You see the noble begin to enter the gate with about 10 other people.
I kind of... What is your business here?
Well, I'm obviously leading this delegation.
You're leading this delegation. Okay, then you don't mind waiting here at the gate with me while we let these clerics in and delegating?
Sir,
Sir.
I'd like to speak to your manager.
Oh. Top deck, I am the manager.
Sir, I don't believe you.
Well, he is the one who told him to open the gate, and they did listen to him, so what more proof do you need?
This noble is just going to immediately turn his back to you, and shout out to the crowd. They're not actually letting anyone in. How dare they? They have lied to all of you.
You will believe this noble that's only been here for a day over anyone else?
They see you open the gates only to turn us away.
And I point to what was his name? Garblin?
Garble.
Garble. I point to Garble. Garble, speak to your people.
What the hell is going on here? Thul just kind of walks in through the gate, pushing his way through the people.
Nice.
And everybody
hi,
points to Thul and is like, how come he gets to go in?
Because he's a
I
hero.
live here.
This is really...
They said it's really blown up in our face.
I look to the noble. What is your purpose here? You have not yet answered my question.
I have told you I am leading this delegation, and I will speak to the person in charge.
I'm going to subtle cast reduce on the noble.
Why?
Why?
What did you cast?
Don't you see what's happening here? We're all being treated like animals. This is terrible. How dare you do this to me?
That was not my intention. So I kind of...
And as the crowd sees the noble getting enraged and magic being used and some other random person being allowed in the gate when nobody else is, they rush the gate.
No,
I saw that coming.
It was a subtle, so no one saw that Diraxis cast it. He just got small.
Everyone saw that.
Everyone saw a man shrink.
They're aware that magic.
What did you think was gonna happen, dude?
They're aware that magic exists in the world, and the noble is the center of attention currently. They know that somebody did that to the noble.
That's fair.
So you are now dealing with the entire crowd trying to pour in to the gates of Delver Street. What are you gonna do?
The two clerics were holding calm emotions, so at the gate is stops people.
So calm emotions. So calm emotions, it just calms people down. How many will it calm?
It's an area of effect. That's a 20-foot radius.
Sure. So there are hundreds of people.
Okay.
As the people entering the gate have their emotions calmed, they sort of stop, but the people behind them continue to press them forward.
Oh no, you created a trample.
Yup.
All right, Diraxis, since you have such great ideas, please finish solving the situation.
Well,
and I kind of like pick. Is he still on the ground? I pick him up and I smack him on the face a little bit to wake him up a little bit more. Please solve. You have done this now. Please solve it.
What do you mean?
Are you going to shoot someone now?
I'm tempted. I'm tempted.
Please! Oh my gosh, guys! What are we doing?
I punched Diraxis in the face.
Oh my god! As you do that,
Diraxis
so now we're going to enter.
Still calm.
We're going to enter PvP right now. Remember, there are no rolls in PvP. You just tell me what's happening. You've just been punched in the face, Diraxis. What do you do?
What is the effect of calm emotion, and how is it still?
It just keeps you calm, but if you recognize a threat, you can respond to it.
Diraxis will take the pistol and put it right here, and be like, no, we're not gonna play that.
You're gonna put it right to my face?
No, yeah. to like right to your because I feel like you punched me, and so I'll pull out the pistol and hold it to your neck, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. What are you gonna? There's a pistol in your throat now.
Oh, really, Diraxis? This is how you want to play this game? With your new weapon?
You haven't got the try.
Instead of solving a problem, you're going to to try and make it worse?
Draxus, how do you respond?
I guess if that's how you interpret it.
I mean,
What?
what have you done in this situation to make something better?
Draxus is
Fall
gonna-
asleep? Yeah, that actually really helps. People are rushing in and
Yeah,
screaming.
Draxus is
and
gonna sigh.
pillaging the line.
You're
You
right. And he's
turned
gonna
the.
he's gonna put the pistol away.
Thank
gonna-
you. I slap him again.
You're such a bitch.
Enough! This
Dra-
is ridiculous. What the hell is going on?
That's what I'm saying.
A riot is
In the
happening.
in the time that it has taken you two to have that interaction, the crowd has surged through the gates another 30 feet. The people in front are starting to fall because they are being pushed so hard by the people in back. What are you going to do?
Athul is just gonna, seeing the beginning of the trampling and the stampede, he's just gonna turn his attention from the two of them back towards the gate. And since he's back in Delver's Dream and can cast a 5th level spell without being interrupted, he's going to use the full power telekinesis to slam the gates shut.
Oh boy.
All the people are on.
There might be people still trying to come in. You might do something.
Right. Fuck.
You definitely just killed like 5 people.
Yeah, well, they're about to kill a lot more people in the fucking chaos if somebody doesn't do
There's
something.
there's probably about 40 people inside now that just watched that happen.
Okay.
Well, that's it.
Well-
I'm moving. Yep, I can't live here anymore.
Well, we had a nice ride. Oh god.
I just wanted to treat a few sick people, find some more clerics. Like just crying at this point, you know, like just.
It's like, you want to treat
If
people, treat the people
anybody
that got
wants to
crushed.
use it- Now, did anybody want to try to stop that from happening?
Yeah.
Anyone's
Yeah,
welcome to stop
yes.
me, I don't care.
Please.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Is telekinesis
do?
it's a spell? Okay. Full on, you see my eyes go white, and I'm just going to reach out as that, like, trying to grab this spell in air before it gets to the gate, and I'm highest spell level I have. I'm going to counterspell.
Fabulous. What's your highest spell level?
It's 9 right now.
I'm sorry. So you
Huh?
cannot 9th level spells.
Yeah.
No. You should have 6 at most.
Yeah.
6th? Okay, fine. Then I cast it at 6th level.
No. You should have 5th at most because you're 9/9
Yeah. 5th.
Okay, so I cast it at 5th level.
with your 9th level spell. Pull it together, please.
Hey, can't blame me for trying, okay?
I can, and I do.
Season 3. Season 3.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a great
so,
start.
With the 5th level counter spell, you absolutely counter that thing. Fool, what are you gonna do?
He's just gonna roll his eyes and kind of like tisk and just, whatever, you guys deal with it then. I have crap to worry about. And he's just gonna head inside Delver's Dream.
Casually almost kill a bunch of people and then just go to the tavern. Absolutely. 100% a fool.
Athul is getting stressed and at a point where he's about to break, so it's not far.
It's like, I have been away for weeks, and this is what I come home to?
Are cantrips just always done, or can you cast them in?
You can
Delver.
cast them inside Delver Stream.
Okay, so then I'm going to cast. Oh shoot! What's the one where you make your voice louder?
Thaumaturgy. I have it.
Thaumaturgy.
Mm.
And I'm just going to say enough as loud as I can, trying to halt these people that are, you know, like calmed and then not calmed as they like exit the effect, I guess.
Yeah, and everybody looks at you and they're like, whoa. What?
Can't you see? And my voice is still loud. That this is only going to cause more problems, more pain, more death.
Rex is like,
There
hangs his
has
head.
to be a better way.
Everybody sort of like, well, make me a persuasion check.
Oh, come on.
If Crow
please.
can act this to assist him, to
Absolutely.
basically help.
Yes, you can.
By
you
casting
do it with-
thaumaturgy on himself as well, so they can all.
That is a natural 19.
Okay.
Fabulous. Yeah. So everyone, as you say this, everyone sort of like lowers their head and they're like, oh, I didn't.
Take it home, Drax.
Even Diraxis is like,
Take it home, Reginald. I believe in you.
All my my plan for today was to come and help all of you people. I am but one person. If this is to work, if all of us are to make sense of the world as it is now, we need to work together. And that isn't going to happen by rushing in here and causing chaos.
The noble's going to sort of pipe up and be like, well, I didn't cause any chaos.
I dispel that shrink on him.
Well, I didn't create any chaos. I was trying to help too.
Don't
I look at him and I say, I suppose there is merit in trying to organize the people.
Yes. Now, this group is clerics. I don't know who these people are. These are clerics. In order to help organize them, I am going to need to bring my attaches along with me.
I just kind of a low sigh again. I suppose at this point that might be the least of our concerns.
And you see, as soon as you say that, you see him click his fingers a couple of times, and there are like 25 other people with pack animals laden down with like chests and boxes and things like that, all starting to come through.
Is there anyone from the market that I can like direct them to right now? Like, because this is just having them in the gate right now is just not gonna help with anything.
Who do you want to try to get?
Oh shoot, what's the goblin's name again?
Flit.
Is like Flit kind of like running around the area, or is he down?
Flit's down in the Goblin City.
Oh man. Okay. I guess
You can direct him to the hags. That'd be
No,
fun.
that was
I'm
my
gonna
first thought. Honestly, fuck
I'm
this
gonna do
guy.
I'm gonna do ascending to Flit, and then just say, yes, please head your way down to Flit. He will help you settle your attaché.
I'll
Well,
bring you.
thank you very much, sir. It's nice to see someone who understands
Well,
the needs.
the fourth level's on the way to the Hall of Healing. I guess I shall escort you.
Are you talking to the
Yeah, to the noble.
clerics or the noble? Okay. No, the noble still needs to help calm down some of this rioting.
Wherever his attachés
They've
are
already
going.
already started walking.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
I was
I'm-
trying to direct their posse and
Yeah, I'm going to
them
die.
with
Oh, yeah,
me.
no, he left with the posse.
Yeah. Listen, that noble is only in here to get himself in. He cares little shit about the actual clerics. Get the clerics, get the triage set up. I'm going to deal with this problem.
Yeah. So
All
you've
right.
got the clerics you can take over to the Temple of Bahamut, run by Calyx, which is outside the mine, and set up a triage there. And don't forget that you do have clerics down in the temple complex, but you have to go through the first and the second levels of the mine to get there.
I will inform them that you're setting up a triage. Well,
Yeah,
escorting
I'm
this
gonna-
guy.
I'm actually going to keep some of the clerics there so to help me with the problem at hand, with the immediate sick, with all of that stuff.
Things that can be solved with a small healing.
As this happens, you see a Warforged and a Hellhound come wandering up.
Uh-oh.
As they start approaching, you see the Warforged cast an illusion, and Forton appears. As he looked before he was changed. What's going on out here now?
Oh, thank the gods.
Oh, that's a new reaction. My goodness.
No, honestly, I am very grateful that you're here. There is no way I can handle this situation. And I look at my party and I say, and I'm kind of trying to do it on my own.
What exactly are you trying to do? Are you trying to tear down the gates?
I was
destroy the city.
I was attempting to reach out to the people outside and help them. Their tent cities are. It's not a
rampant with disease, hunger, and deprivation.
Yes.
Yes, they are.
So.
And what were you trying to do?
I was planning on going out and seeing what aid I could do for the day, and then this riot broke out, and now I'm just trying to settle what little problems I can.
Well, I think there are a few things we can do. He points to what looks like the richest person in the crowd and says, "You shall come here immediately." And this person comes in, tries to bring their whole retinue, and Forton literally just creates a wall of stone between their retinue and them. He says, "We're going to have a little chat now, aren't we?" And this noble just sort of gets all stiff, looks at him. And he begins casting a spell. He casts Geas. And he says, "You will convince your brethren to go back to their manors and estates. Those that are not in desperate need do not need to be here. You will accomplish this within the next 24 hours. Or you will experience the most horrific nightmares when you are both awake and asleep for the next year of your life." He then removes the wall of stone and just looks at the terrified noble, who immediately goes back outside and starts chatting with people. And you see very quickly a lot of the more palatial tents starting to get pulled down and people beginning to head out. What's next?
You see,
this guy gets it. This guy, he gets it. He gets things
Reginald
done.
Collapses a little bit with exhaustion. It's just. Oh yes. Next, seeing to any people that are here for injuries or wounds that are fatal.
Can you get that other guy that came in to leave?
I'm going to leave that up to you.
Listen, if we have
right.
one loss today, then that would be still a net win.
Fantastic. Now, and he begins to utilize his abilities to fabricate to create what looks like a tunnel going from the gate upwards into town. You see several sections being sort of built out over the course of about 30 minutes. One of them is another gate post at the end, and then you have 2 triage centers in there where you can allow people into this tunnel to see whether or not they are in fact ill and send them away if not. And you can also allow clerics in order to prove that they can in fact help heal.
I think Reginald cries a little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Everything I wanted.
Yeah.
Anything else?
You are truly a master of the arcane. I don't know how I can possibly thank you enough. This is fantastic.
The first thing I'm going to need you to do is I'm going to need you to pull yourself together immediately. Don't forget that every single thing that you do for the next year will have consequences into eternity.
Yes.
If you cannot control yourself, it means no one in the future will be able to either. If you cannot find solutions to your problems, the rest of time suffers for that.
I just I look up to Corton with just this awe, kind of in rapture, just like this guy is fucking amazing, like that.
It's really cool.
I try I kind of no, wait, why am I saluting? Yes, no.
Let me
Right,
explain
absolutely.
to you what just happened here today. We created a situation where people had to cry out to those with more power than them to solve their problems because they could not be solved themselves. In this multiverse, that means we just gave the gods more power.
So, what do you suggest that we, among this healing, that we teach people how to, we set up training and how to heal themselves, how to heal each other?
I am saying that instead of punching each other, instead of slamming the gates on people, perhaps you take the time to work together. You each have gifts, you each have strengths, and you each have one of the most powerful artifacts ever created in the form of a touchstone. If you work together, you will be able to solve the problems that you face. If you fall apart, the universe does too. Now, I am going back to my study. I am going to sit down and have some tea and pet my hellhound. Do you need anything else before I go?
You have done quite amazing feats today. There's nothing more I can ask of you.
Wonderful. And Corton heads back to his tower, and you definitely hear the door slam loud enough that you can hear China rattling inside.
Of course.
Before I do anything else, I'm just gonna go back up to Diraxis, kind of laying my head low a little bit, and I'll say, I may have overreacted a little bit. I apologize.
Yeah, whatever. Do. Sorry, friend. He'll hold out his hand.
Don't ever shoot me in the face.
Nah, that was a bluff. That was a bluff.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sorry. I mean, I am excited to shoot at someone for the first time, but it won't be. I promise.
Oh god.
Maybe not pointing your gun in everyone's face.
Yeah,
Your sort of initial reaction to things.
I mean, maybe.
Oh my god!
I guess we might have to defund Diraxis, honey.
Oh my god.
Maybe.
We have to take his guns away.
Yeah, I mean,
This is why I don't like guns in my campaign.
Yeah. Now Reginald's going to teach the people how to seize the means of production.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 100%.
Diraxis just got a new idea for something to experiment, and it's tear
God.
gas.
Why?
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 Like this, that would have been so helpful.
By the way,
That's on his
happening?
list now.
Draxus, I've been waiting for weeks now. Where are my liquid shoes?
Right.
Oh,
Like,
they're
I
wandering
gave you all
around
that
here
gold.
somewhere.
Hold on. Wandering? And is
Yeah.
there like a fire that's broken out now, like in town?
No, it's not. It's not quite hot enough to like, but like, there's a bunch of grass that's you can smell like sort of smoldering grass. Sort of.
So this whole time
Alright.
there was like a thing that you were chasing over there.
Oh yeah, there was a thing. I probably should go find it.
Well, it got calmed. It got calmed as well. So
Oh.
it just sort of
Oh!
sat down.
Oh,
It's just like a foot
Wow.
creature that's just kind of cuddling up with you.
oh, no, don't touch
Oh.
me.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
ew.
not wearing those.
Oh,
Just saying.
I don't think you can.
Yeah, no.
Probably wear you.
That sounds weird. Athul, I didn't know you were.
Oh, I'm not present. I'm saying that out of character.
Oh, okay.
Athul is
Yeah.
deep in the mine right now at the loyalty anvil. So he cares no fucks for what's going on right now.
Okay.
So as this initial problem has been solved, we shall take another 5-minute break. Remember to go to heroforge.com to go create your own fabulous character art. In addition, hit ! raffle to enter our fabulous raffle for Phoenix Dice today. And go hydrate, take a moment, touch some grass, and we will
Grass.
see you
Focus us more.
in just a moment.
All right, bye.
I hope that all of you had a lovely little break like I did. There is Snowflake, I can't believe you have not entered the raffle until now. I need you to pull it together.
Yeah, come on,
Okay.
Snowflake.
You, Dice Goblin, pull it together. Okay. Here it is. So we have stopped the stampede at the gates and created a more orderly movement through them. Tell me, what would you all like to do now?
Athul is toiling away at that loyalty anvil.
You what?
Athul's just toiling away at the loyalty anvil. I don't know what they're doing though.
He's
You
toiling
said-
away at the what?
The
The
loyalty anvil.
At the end. Oh, he's working on his sword. Okay. Fabulous.
You needed crystals for it, man.
The crystals.
I was. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna say with that many crystals, that over the course of a couple of days you should be able to create that.
You can't see it, but I'm rubbing my hands together evilly.
Nice.
Nice.
I will say that as Crow delivers this noble onto Flit, who's already been informed on like what to do by Reginald, that he makes his way over to the clerics in the temples to have them come up, and also grabs the dreamers along the way.
Okay, which temples are you going to? Are you going to the Temple of Bahamut, or are you going to the temples on the 3rd level of the mine?
The 3rd level of the mine, and grabbing clerics there so they can assist as well.
Fabulous. As you go down, the clerics are very busy, curing diseases, trying to, keep everybody comfortable as much as they possibly can. But they are absolutely, when you give them the information about what's going on at the gate, they're absolutely willing to come and help set up the triage
Thank you.
space.
Your assistance is greatly appreciated.
Anything else that you'd like to do down there?
I'm going to. Do the dreamers have their own like space down here that they kind of like hang out? I'm not entirely sure where they are.
So the dreamers aren't down here.
Mhm.
So the dreamers, because they spent many years in the open air, wandering around with their wagons.
Yes.
They're up in a corner of Delver's Dream, up in sort of, if you look at the city map, they would have their sort of grove where there's no buildings, just their wagons, and it's up in the eastern section of town. And in the midst of the Dreamers is the stunningly beautiful garden of the Florid.
Ah. Hi, Florid. How are you doing today?
Oh, hello there. I'm doing just great. It's so nice up here.
Might I
There's all
say your
these new friends coming.
Yeah. Might I say your topiaries are looking lovely today. Any of the dreamers around right now? We might need to actually go out, do some more foraging. There seems to be a large influx. We just got some triages built, so might need to get some components.
Oh, I think so. I think they're about. And as you sort of take a step into the garden, you see just dreamers lying everywhere.
I go amongst them, since Cora would be very familiar with like the dreamers at this point. They're the ones that kind of guided him into the path of the circle of the land that he now has become. So he's going to go over to one who he's familiar with. Kyle, got a name do you want to throw at me?
There is oh Lord, it's been more than a year.
I
Oh,
know.
yeah.
Since we met them. Lana, do you remember what the leader's name was?
Oh, what was his name?
Oh,
What
I had the whole conversation with you, Mike.
Yeah. Oh man, what was his name? The man's name.
Durandil or something like that.
No.
Let's call him Zach for short. For whatever it is.
thank you for the follow. You
Omnapo.
Napa?
What?
Wasn't it Omnano? I'm not.
Oh,
no.
no.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, my
Yeah.
brain did some work for that one.
There
Jeez.
you go.
Damn. Can I have a word of inspiration for that deep dive into
You
the recess of
absolutely
his brain?
can.
Yeah. Thank you, Mikey.
Oh, thank you.
All right. So I go to Omnana. I'm sorry to wake you.
You see him sort of like roll over away from you.
Oh, no. I go over to the other side and like kneel beside him.
He just opens like one eye a little bit away. It's like,
Hi. We just got some triages built, and we might need to go and do a little bit of foraging for some medicinal herbs. If you would like to assist.
We got everything downstairs.
True. You know what? No need to do extraneous foraging if we have the means. But if we need something that we don't have immediately downstairs, would you be willing to accompany me?
Yes, okay.
Thanks, Amanda. Sweet dreams. And I like spring up and head.
Just
garden.
start snoring again. So you head down to, you recognize what he's talking about. It's the
Mhm.
greenhouse on the temple level.
Yep.
The magic greenhouse. And you can find the vast majority of herbs that you need, but there's one that it looks like it's been being used so much that people forgot to replant it.
Oh boy. Do I know what used to be planted there?
It looks like it is some form of bloodroot.
Bloodroot?
Blood.
Bloodroot.
Bloodroot.
Definitely gonna have to add that. Like, he makes a mental note of it that I'm gonna have to go out and get some. Do we have any bloodroot seeds collected?
Nope, you've used all of them.
Yeah.
It's something that's very important. It's like the basis for the potions that help with the Grimrot.
Yeah. We're gonna have to go out and do some more foraging then. And takes note of that, grabs some of the other medicinal herbs that he can collect there before making his way up to the triage.
Fabulous. There's you give me a nature check.
Okay, perfect. I'm decent at this. Only decent, not great, decent. And that is a 15.
With a 15, you know that the only place on the continent that bloodroot normally grows is in the swamps.
Realizing that, kind of like instinctively, he plucks a tooth from his necklace, throws it up in the air, and it erupts, spores and the like falling as Vrat comes into existence and kind of like curls up around his leg, kind of looks down to him. Ready to go to the swamps, buddy? He just kind of like walks on out, continuing to the triage with him, kind of. And as he's going and walking there, Vrat is doing his best to just like remain in Crow's shadow, out of sight of others. At one point, even like going completely under him, like climbing up his leg, just kind of being beneath his pants.
Sure. Very good.
Right, and he makes his way over to Reginald.
You find Reginald actually outside the front gate. I think after the first like couple hours, he made sure that the clerics there had things set, and he actually walked out to get to know the situation, to get to know more, more of the people in the area, and he's actually kind of sitting in like a bit of a circle. He's got a book out and he's teaching.
Oh. I'm not going to interrupt this. I'll probably end up just taking a seat down and listening to like the rest of the lesson.
Yeah. This is a book that Reginald wrote. It's kind of how to survive while being a planar traveler, but this is an edited version specifically for just how, like, very simple, like how to survive on your own, like how to, what plants to look for if you're just wandering for that you could use for food, how to know if water is good to drink, that sort of thing, how to better take care of yourself.
And
you're
you
going
teaching
about
it
it.
These, just anybody that would listen. I think I actually gave a couple little like learning how to read books to some kids too, and these are more like young people that may have lost their families, people that have not yet grown old enough to be taught how to survive on their own. I think I'm talking to the orphans of the town.
As he's going through and giving the survivalist tools and notes to them, Crow is also kind of like interjecting, adding to information, because he has lived that life of being on his own, needing to learn these things in the treacherous swamps within Non-Ked, so he is very well versed with the survivalist lifestyle.
And I nod to Crow, and I'll say, before I add anything else, what did you say you were doing, Lando?
I haven't said yet.
Okay. If you don't mind, I can. I'm gonna say, Crow. Yes. I think Daraxis is gonna be back. I had him just. I know he's good with herbs. I had him see if he couldn't find some that are useful just in this area around the city.
Yeah.
And I don't know how well he's doing right now. He seemed a little distraught after that, but I asked him if he might be able to teach some potion making to some of the people in town.
Well,
he might be back anytime soon.
Hopefully. I'm going to drop off these herbs. We have a lot of medicinal ones down in the mines. But we are definitely going to need to go out and source some bloodroot. If Daraxis is already out foraging, maybe I could have him
Yes.
accompany me to the swamps.
That's perfect. Yes. And I think he might be able to make use of all of those supplies that you brought as well.
All right, I'll make sure that I keep a few bundles for him.
Yeah. So I guess you'll distribute some too, or
Yeah, give most over to the clerics and the like, so they can use their herbalism kits and the like at the triage, and save some for the rats' use.
and yes, that sounds like a fantastic idea. Where did you say you were going again?
The swamps. It's
The
the only place that bloodroot
swamps.
grows, and we need it desperately.
That is a treacherous journey. I mean, you are aware that there's still Warforged patrolling that area.
I am, but there's still people dying too.
All right, it is your choice. Good luck.
Thank you. And good lesson. Pretty sure they were really receptive. Doing a good
Oh.
job.
You know, these poor children, they had to grow up too fast. So just making sure that they have a chance.
Yeah, I know the pains. I'll be off.
All right, I'll see you.
Don't burn down the lab while we're gone.
No promises.
I'd say that Draxus arrived just before Crow leaves.
Oh,
With the herbs.
fantastic.
I'm not
Draxus.
sure how many I got or whatever, but because
Oh.
Draxus' nature is not great. His medicine's really good, so I don't know how good he is at finding them, but he's good at using them when he does find them.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's whatever you got is fine. I'm sure. It's just
Yeah. Plus, we could, supplement what you just foraged with what we have in the mines. Though I wanted to ask a question of you. Feel free to say no. It's
yeah,
life-threatening. I need to go to the swamps.
okay.
You're-
Why?
We're fresh out of bloodroot. We're definitely
Bloodroot.
going to need some. So, would you accompany me? Who knows? Maybe we might have an opportunity to use that gun you keep eagerly putting in people's faces.
Yeah, about that. Yeah. I guess like that'd be good for me to get out of Delvers for a bit.
Right.
I've been in my lab too long. I feel like.
Very well. Could you do a favor for me and then drop off these at the triage? I'm going to see if Athul is willing to accompany us. That man's wicked with a blade, and we might need his assistance.
Sure.
well. I'll stop you. If you are going on this journey, I'm not letting you guys go alone. I mean, obviously you'll need me, so
Of course.
I accept. I'll come with you.
Thank you, Reginald. I don't know what I would do without you.
Oh, I know.
Right?
Say it again.
Say it again.
What?
I
Never
don't know
mind.
what I would
Let's-
do
let's,
without you.
Thank you. And I kind of just I hand out a couple of the books that I have in my backpack, and then I go with them.
All right. So we're gonna drop off the herbs at the triage. Make sure that they're well equipped. How is the situation of triage right now?
It's manned, it's staffed, like it looks like things are working well.
Dope.
Draxus isn't gonna say this out loud, but he definitely went so that he didn't have to teach that class.
Nah.
Thraxus does not like children. Got it.
He doesn't. Yeah, he's not a teacher.
Correction. Thraxus does not like orphans. Got it.
What an awful. I mean, aren't you an orphan?
Yeah, I am an orphan.
Like,
No.
Is Thraxus an
he
orphan?
just doesn't want to teach. It doesn't matter who he's teaching. He doesn't want to teach.
All right.
I
Seeing-
guilt tripped you
Fair
into
argument.
Yeah, basically. So this is an excuse to get out of it.
it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
All right. On to Athul
Yeah.
and him.
Do we get in the bar and we just shout his name?
Yeah, like kick open the door. Arthur, we're going on an adventure.
A thaumaturgy again, just like like
You would know that
All
he's not
the
in the
people
bar.
that
You
are
would know that he's
currently
not in the bar.
tavern are like, shut up, man.
Has anyone seen a Thule?
You guys would know he's not in the bar. You guys saw him
When
go
that guy
straight
says
into
"shut
the
up,"
mine.
Diraxis reaches for his
Okay.
gun,
Sorry,
and then
wait, stop. What? That's the what were you saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's in the
Oh, you
mine.
guys all saw Thule go straight into the mine, so you know that's where he would
Awesome.
I think-
Oh, that's right.
we forgot though, so we
Yeah.
went in the
Never mind.
bar first.
be.
He could be working on that pet project of his.
The mine. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
We're like sniffing dogs now. Like
Where did he go?
We're on the
Find
heist.
tracking him.
Find him and kill him.
Find him. He must die.
Oh my god. All right. So what's the Thule up to?
As you guys enter
so-
into the
So first, as you all are beginning to head down into the mines, down towards the temple complex where Thule is, you notice that the market is in an uproar.
Uh-oh. Good uproar or bad uproar?
People are just sort of running around screaming, not knowing what the hell's going on.
Sizzle pizza.
As a madman just like runs past me, Crow just gonna like interpose himself. Hello, civilian. Hi. What's happening?
Run for your life! Oh my god!
What? Okay. Oh, okay. Hey,
Run, Fred,
Reginald, little assistant here.
I like you catch Reginald as he's like following this guy's lead and like running for his life. And he's like, "What? I thought it was very simple instructions. What?"
No, we need to
And we
figure out
are
what's
going to
happening.
flash down to Ethul. Ethul, busy at work in the forge. You see a gentleman step into the room. Very
He's
dark
kinda-
black hair. A few white streaks in it.
Is it
He doesn't
anyone I
seem-
recognize?
No. He doesn't seem too interested in most of the people around. He heads over to grab a blacksmith's apron, and there are two priests of Morden over there, two clerics of Morden. He begins speaking to one of them, sort of like brings them in close and just sort of whispers in their ear. And you see this guy sort of like lean over onto the stacks. They've got like the shelves with the blacksmith's aprons and the hammers and things like that. And then he walks over to the other priest and sort of speaks very low to this person. And then like this person sort of looks like they're now sort of leaning on the rack as well. You can give me a perception check if you'd like.
I can certainly try.
Yeah. And yeah, so
Oh, wow.
everything seems fine. And then this guy just walks down to the other end of the hall, and there's the final cleric over there, and he sort of like leans in close. And the cleric then just collapses to the floor. And this guy starts walking over to you.
Hey, what the hell did you do to him?
Nothing. Well, very little. But you all are so delicate.
Bethul will just
What
roll
do
his
you
eyes
think
and kind of
so?
wander over to the cleric who's passed out on the ground and see if he can help him at all.
As you begin approaching, this man just starts laughing a little bit. I wouldn't.
Stops and looks at him. And why is that?
I'm just smart enough not to.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't catch your name.
That's true.
Fine, play that game. I don't have the patience for this shit anymore. And he just kind of goes back to his anvil and continues working.
Fabulous. This man just sort of watches you for a little bit, and you can sense that he's sort of measuring you up, seeing what's going on. It's like, what are you working on over there?
A replacement for my weapon that was taken from me.
Oh. Well, that sounds like quite a bit of fun. I do so enjoy a good weapon. What's this one all about?
Nothing yet. I guess we're gonna find out once it's done. And he pops the cork off the bottle of creation, liquid creation, and pours it into the mix.
As soon as you pull out this stuff, you see this person's eyes go wide. What is that? It's so powerful.
Yeah, apparently gods drink it as a booze.
That must taste amazing.
I'd imagine it tastes like whatever your favorite flavor is. At least that's what it tasted like to me.
You watch as this man opens his mouth wider than he should be able to. Please give me a dexterity saving throw.
25.
All right, you will only take 30 points of acid damage as the person in front of you transforms into the black dragon that you defeated in the Drow City, finding you alone and ready to destroy you and take your touchstone.
Oh, well, look who it is. That's fine. I could blow off some steam right about now. And immediately before doing anything else, he's just going to do a freaking telekinesis to clutch around the dragon's throat and choke him.
What's the save on that?
My save currently is 17. Strength save.
But what kind of save?
Strength.
What?
Strength.
Strength, did you say?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to make a strength save. I'm not
All
trying to
right.
move him. I'm just trying to choke his ass.
Fabulous.
Oh.
He is just going to use one of his legendary resistances. He just swats it away and immediately attacks you. What's your AC?
Inside Delver's Dream, it is 15.
All right, first give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
If it's a fear effect, I'm immune.
Oh,
Or I might have advantage. Hold on, let me double check real quick which it
I
is.
think it's advantage. It's
High level paladins get immunity, but it might be advantage at this point.
Hold on, Beyond's loading. I gotta give it a second. I left the page, so it decided to unload it for some reason. Oh yeah, okay, so it's just advantage. Let me
all
do
right.
that.
Let's see what that looks like.
You said wisdom, correct?
Yes, indeed.
17.
Sadly, oh, you have advantage? Oh, that's right, you do have advantage. You just said that. So you are not frightened, but let us see. What's your AC?
15. The first two will
15.
hit.
All right, you are going to take 25 piercing, 13 slashing, and 8 acid damage from this dragon, who slides up next to you and says, "Even with your pretty little touchstone, you will never be able to defeat me without your friends. Let's see how long you last."
Longer
And
than
with
you
that,
think.
we will end our session
Yeah.
today.
All right.
Oh my gosh. Hey, you remember we are technically level 18, but we have level 9 health? Just a reminder.
Yeah.
Just a
Yeah.
friendly
Am I-
reminder.
Hey, my topped off health is 106. So
Oh, solid.
I mean, you just took a bunch though. You just took what, 60 plus, 70 plus damage
Yep.
in one round, or over the course of 2 rounds. So yeah, that'll be fun. I want to thank all of you for joining us as we discovered that the dragon has figured out what the hell's going on and is timing his strike perfectly. Had you turned over those clerics, you would have seen that their entire faces had been melted out
Oh god.
with acid
Oh,
from
no.
this awful dragon.
That's pretty yucky.
And as you are heading down to a soul's position, it will be a round or two before you get there.
Yep, you might arrive to a dead Azul.
I'll be fine.
Yeah,
He's like,
Well-
I'm good, whatever.
Fine.
And if I'm not, then I have a backup character. It's fine.
also good.
I
Always
love
good.
So everybody hit ! raffle to win some fabulous Phoenix dice. And while you are doing that, we are going to do something that we love over here, which is favorite moment.
Woo!
So hey, Ithul, what's your favorite moment?
Oh, probably the halfling getting thrown over the wall.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah,
That was delightful.
I got a kick out
I
of
really
that.
like that one.
And then it's just like, they actually asked your permission to do this, right?
Yeah. Did you get consent?
Did you give consent to be thrown, or did I just like picking up people and throwing them at this point?
I love it. What about you, Reginald? What was your favorite moment?
Oh man, I actually really liked today. I think when Diraxis kind of broke down and he was like, can I shoot someone? Can I shoot someone now? And like just putting his gun in people's faces. I like that.
Let me blast them!
Let me blast.
Yeah, then I started blasting.
What about Diraxis?
Oh, my favorite moment is when you made me come up with 3 experiments on the fly, and I was totally panicking trying to
Yeah.
come up with
Just-
stuff.
And you literally peed your pants? Like,
I almost did. I was like,
Well,
oh
you did.
shit,
Absolutely.
I need to come up with things fast. And they were so ridiculous. It's
Gave
just
birth to a little like foot ooze baby,
Yeah.
acid fire babe.
yeah, that's still
And what
wandering
about you,
around. somewhere.
Pros? What was your
it's-
favorite moment?
Reginald's reaction to fucking Corton showing up and just proving why he was in charge for so long.
Oh!
Yeah, definitely.
Just like, pure reverence. This
Super-
man is a god.
Super
Listen,
fanboy.
Reginald respects knowledge. Okay, knowledge is
As he
hot.
should. Knowledge
is hot.
No,
So
It's delightful. It's delightful. And now that we've done that, get ready to raid as we find out who won some Phoenix dice.
There we go, closing it up, and the winner is
Snowflake!
Snowflake Boy.
Oh, hell yes!
Snowflake!
Send me a little note on Discord, Snowflake. And we will get you some fabulous dice. And now we're going to raid into Mendari. And remember, when Planet Allies raids, we tell them what we're going to bring to the potluck. I'm going to bring a foot chew monster.
I'm
That's
going
what
to
I'm
bring
bringing.
a thrown halfling pirate.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Actually, it works perfectly with the giant things
Yeah.
that we talked about yesterday.
Yeah.
So many fastball specials.
I'm gonna
I
bring
love
threatening to shoot people in the face.
Yeah.
Gonna bring a gun!
Absolutely.
just a book. Just gonna bring a book.
Yeah.
I love it. Mwah!